Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back for Tea with Taylor, which you guys seem to enjoy, so I'm just gonna babble on again about a random topic. I've got my tea over here on the side, peppermint tea, but it's hot, so I'm not gonna drink it quite yet. I've got my blankets. Ronan is sleeping, so it's time for the story. I do want to preface it by saying that the title is not clickbait, and that if you've ever seen my channel before, I don't know if I've mentioned, but I do want to say I'm not like a huge drinker. And during this time that I'm going to talk about, I was. There was like a year after college when I was legal, and I had like a vodka summer, a little bit of a break, which is when I met this person, and then a wine winter. And I drank a lot, but I was not like a sloppy drunk. Like I puke and I didn't really get hangovers, I didn't fall down, and like I was very functional compared to my friends. But it's not something I'm like super proud of. It just happens to be one of the more interesting times to talk about. This story takes place like between the vodka summer and the wine winter, so I was not going that crazy. I think it was like the end of summer, beginning of fall, and me and my friends, I'm going to call them Aaliyah and Emily, wanted to go out to the bars and the clubs and dance and like look hot and stuff and meet guys. Like, yeah, that's what we cared about. That was what you do to unwind after a long, hard work week. We all met at my apartment, which is pretty normal, and we were all like getting ready and dancing and pre-gaming and like telling each other what we should wear and don't match me too much, blah blah blah, it's gonna be cold. Then we either took a cab, which we could get for free because we were cute, like they would give us like free or half off sometimes if they liked us, or we might have just walked. I honestly don't remember because our apartment was like a 12-minute walk from the bars, so that was pretty normal. We get down there early, like 10 or 10:30, and we go to the bar that we don't really like. It's like a bar that's kind of plays country music and things. I don't know, the atmosphere was weird. We pretty much only went there to get Jello shots. Excuse me, I had to like burp. But then after we get our Jello shots, we like took them really quickly, sat at a table. My friend Aaliyah, who's like the same size as me, like petite, you know, tiny, she does not look good. She looks like she's gonna puke, and she definitely is what I would call a lightweight, like bless her soul. I know that we both are tiny, but I could drink like a bottle of wine at this point and then go out and have like a bunch of, you know, shots or whatever someone's buying me. And that's not the case for her. So she's starting to look, I could just tell, she didn't look good. And I was saying to Emily, like, we need to get her outside because I'm not dealing with puke. Like, I don't know about you, but if I see puke or smell puke, it makes me want to puke, and I'm someone who rarely does. Like, the last time I had puked at this point was like 4 or 5 years ago, the first time I ever drank, like, and got drunk in high school my senior year. I drank in high school my senior year. I waited like another 4 years until my senior year of college, if that gives you an idea of how much I wasn't like a party girl. We drag her outside to get some fresh air. If you've never been to Portland, it's really cute. They have like brick sidewalks, and then all the bars and shops are like all in one area, and there are little wooden benches outside, so we take her to a bench and there's a guy sitting on it. Of course, the guy I'm gonna talk about. So, his name is Mace, but I don't know that yet. I just see him and think he's cute because he's got like blonde hair, which isn't normally my thing, you might know, but still. And he's like on the shorter side, really nice teeth. Like, I like when guys have pointy canines. If you've ever seen like Jensen Ackles or whatever from Supernatural. And he was like slim but hockey body, so he has like thick thighs and a thick butt. Yeah, anyways. So, I asked him if he can just scooch over so I can sit her down. And then we started talking to him about, like, you know, her being drunk, and he goes and gets her a Gatorade from across the street at the hotel. So right away I'm like, he is super sweet. So me and Emily are talking to him while Aaliyah is like trying not to puke over the side of the bench, and we find out that he's out there just like stuck out in the cold basically because his roommate is coming to give him a key because he lives above the bars. Like, there are a bunch of apartments up there which are really nice. We're getting to know him. He is super fun. He literally has his name tattooed on the inside of his lip, like M-A$E. And I'm not really that worried about him like finding this video and being offended because that's the kind of guy he is. He's like wicked fun, super chill and relaxed, and he would probably, if anything, be complimented that I made a whole video about him. But Emily, I think, was saying that she thought the guy who was the bouncer at Pearl, which is one of the other bars that we would go to a lot, it's kind of trashy, she thought he was cute. And he's like, that's my friend, like, I know him. And so he was pulling him up on like Facebook on his phone and saying that like all the girls love this guy. And I'm like, give me a look, because I don't know, I just think I have different taste in guys than most people do. And sure enough, I didn't find him attractive. He was like all like bodybuilder type of guy with like short blonde like spiky-ish hair, and he had like abs and stuff, and I was like, no. And so then these guys are, he seems slightly offended that I didn't find his friend attractive, and he's like, what? And then I'm trying to explain that, I don't think I've told you guys, but my like body type, I honestly don't care about bodies that much. I'm all about the face as a girl. Like if your face is nice, that's all I care about, because that's what you're gonna be looking at when they're 60. But if I had to have a body type for a guy, I mostly just care about like nice hands. If you don't have nice hands, I don't want you to touch me. And like a nice butt. I like thick thighs and a thick booty. Booty, 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 booty. Then they start laughing because obviously that's like not normal. I'm just like, I don't care about abs and stuff. If anything, even arms, I don't care about biceps. I like forearms. So I think I'm just a freak or something. My friend Aaliyah is actually calling me right now, but I'm just gonna ignore it for now. I lost my train of thought, but I think we were just talking about butts and they were thinking I'm really a freak, which most people did at this point because I was really open about it. Like the things people knew about me, like, oh, that's Taylor. She likes cats and butts. Like my best friend almost got me the shirt with like Tina on it that just said butts, so it was pretty well known. And Mace jumps off the bench and is like, I have a super nice butt, and he turns around and he does. He wasn't super fit up here, like he was just slender, but his thighs and his butt were like juicy. They were big and like muscular. So I was hype, but I was containing it. And then he says, yeah, you can touch it. I can what? I was so excited. So I definitely did take a grab at his butt, and that was the first night I met him. But I was really happy about it. And then we talked more, like, obviously Emily started to see that me and him were just like chatting it up. Aaliyah's over there literally puking over the side of the bench now, and we had to get her home, so we were like, we gotta go. I get his name, like I told you, and I couldn't find him on Facebook the next day. Then the next day, after I couldn't find him, me and Aaliyah are walking around, and I run into him on the street, and now he's right here in front of me, and he's like our little Gatorade angel is what I would call him, because he gave it to Aaliyah. Right away we hugged. Like, he was just so personable and charming and cute. And I think he was like a year or two younger than me, but that has never bothered me at all. Of course, we exchanged numbers and stuff and started talking, and since Aaliyah and I technically met him at the same time, I didn't really think about it, but there was no like girl code. I had to be really strict with Aaliyah because I thought a lot of times she like broke girl code. But by this time, she knew what it was, basically. Like, if you call dibs on someone, you met them first, don't go text them all the time. But I think in this case, like, we did both meet him at the same time. I guess I just didn't think that she would, like, try to go for him because she was puking when she met him. But she did. So we were both texting him at the same time, but he was telling me, like, your friend Aaliyah is, like, hitting me up nonstop. And I was like, oh, okay. So I wasn't, like, super overtly flirty, if you know what I mean. I was like, he can choose who he wants to, like, take on a date or, whatever. And he ended up choosing me, so I was happy. But it worked out for Aaliyah because he had a friend, TJ, which is not his name, and so we went on like double dates sometimes. I just think so fondly of my times with him. He was so much fun, Mace, like, and he treated me really, really sweetly. We took things really slow. We would just go on dates, and like we even took Aaliyah with us sometimes. We went to like, they have a place called Get Air, which is like a trampoline place. You might have seen like OK Baby and stuff. They go to those places, and we would go there. He took me out for sushi. He would take me to the movies. They have like $5 movie night at the Nickelodeon on Tuesdays, so that was really fun. And he would like put a gummy worm in his mouth and do like the whole Lady and the Tramp spaghetti thing, like meet in the middle and kiss. And every time that I told him like I want to take things slow, he did not care. So that was really nice. But I do want to talk about juicy time, which will kind of explain like how nice this kid is. And I guess some people would say that like every guy should be like that, and it's true, but not all guys are like this. While I was seeing him, I think I was only dating him at this point. I think so. Like, we weren't like boyfriend and girlfriend, but I was just like casually seeing him. I was having a sleepover at his place, but we hadn't like done anything, you know what I mean? We were just like at the point of kissing and stuff. So I made it clear nothing was gonna happen. I was just gonna sleep over because I lived like in walking distance from where he lived. So I think we went out to dinner, and then we came back and we were watching like, what is that weird TV show with the guy with like the glasses and a cat named like Bubbles or something? I feel like it's like Trailer Park Boys. I don't know. He introduced it to me. So we were watching that in bed, and then I brought massage oil because if you don't know about me, before I discovered ASMR, I used to watch massage videos on YouTube because they relaxed me and I like loved them, not knowing it was an ASMR like trigger thing. So I knew all about massages, and I love giving people hand massages or back massages and stuff. So I was gonna give him a massage, and we did end up getting naked. So we were like full on naked, massaging each other. And then as a guy, of course, he probably wanted to do stuff, but I made it clear like, it's not gonna happen. Like, this is all that's gonna happen is us massaging each other. So I'm sorry, like we can kiss and that's it. And he was like, okay. So we literally went to bed like naked, all oily, smelling delicious. He's probably like really wanting to, you know, do the deed. We didn't. We just went to bed spooning. So I always think that because I don't think I've even had like a boyfriend that was that nice and just like sweet. So that always stands out. Mace is like a little angel. Not really, he's actually like a lot of trouble, but I just think he was so sweet to me. And I don't want to simplify like describing him, but he was from Chicago and he's basically like a rich white boy, like, you know, boat shoes and like button-ups and stuff like that. But he was also like a little pothead, so he smoked weed all the time. And I always date people who I don't have like a lot in common with at this point. And like before this I dated a guy who was all into like EDM, and I don't know, like I had nothing in common with these people. And somehow I was drawn to them just because they're like fun and funny and really chill. And I was not into weed at all at this point. Like I don't smoke weed, but I've become more lax on like my view of people smoking it. At this point I was like, I don't ever want to date someone who smokes weed, and I kept dating people who smoked weed because I think of the kind of people they were, like just really down to earth and like open-minded. So he smoked all the time. But that did make me think that we weren't going to be in a serious relationship because I had all these like rules and stuff. And that is still kind of a rule now that I have Ronan. Like obviously I'm not going to date someone who's like smoking all the time. But we didn't end up dating for super long before I was like, we would be better as friends, blah blah blah. Like I broke it off and he stayed friends with me. He's so nice. My last little story attached to this is relevant because it was during my wine winter. I wasn't seeing Mace anymore. I was a little bit sloppy, like the most sloppy out of like this whole year. And so this night I really did get super drunk, like drunk enough that I was like laying in bed later that night having like the spins, which didn't ever happen to me. I'm telling you, I was like collected all the time. So I went out and we were dancing, and I was dancing with all these random guys, like this like huge 6'5" black guy with dreads, and like I don't even know what I was doing in my life. And so my friend, who's my best friend, I'll call him Reagan, he was always like keeping an eye out for me all the time. I used to live with him. So he was keeping an eye out for me, and at the end of the night, like I think I was like drunk texting Mace and saying, I don't know, who knows what, probably misspelled stuff. And so Reagan was worried about me, and he took me over to Mace's just like above the bars and brought me there like, surprise, here she is, you're not even dating her anymore, but here she is. And Mace, with his golden heart, took me into his apartment and was like, I've got this, don't worry about her. And like gave me water and gave me like his pajama pants and just like cuddled with me in bed and like didn't try anything again. And he is super not gay, trust me, but he's just like a gentleman, which is rare in this world. And ever since then, you know, I still talk to him once in a while. He had a serious girlfriend after this. I would still like talk to him. When I was pregnant with Ronan, he was like, you should name him after me. Like, he's just so funny. I've been rambling so much that I feel like my stories don't really like come together into a full story, but I hope you kind of get an idea of what he was like. And I don't have any pictures. I have like one picture of us together, which was on Halloween. Another very sloppy night. I broke my toe and I didn't remember. We have like red eye. It's like a Snapchat screenshot, so I will try and add it in here along with maybe some other like going out Snapchat pictures of me like dressed up so you get an idea of like what I looked like at the time. Say I'm very happy to be where I'm at now, and I'm so glad I'm like not partying and drinking and stuff, but that was one of the more fun like little meetups, like weird meetups I had, because a lot of people I met like through people I knew or like online, and this was just a random ran into you, touched your butt, dated story. I don't even know, it's so weird. I actually have many more stories like this about booties and stuff, so if you want to know some more butt stories or some more going out stories, I actually have plenty and I can just make a little collection, but I'm gonna end the video here because I feel like I've been talking a lot, my mouth is getting dry, I haven't even had a sip of my tea, and Ronan is still sleeping, so I want to read Harry Potter. If you enjoyed my incoherent rambling, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. I'll see you guys later. Bye!